Gamers, the Minecraft movie came out, and I saw it. And now I'm gonna review it. Flint and Steel. I have spent 2 hours today putting together a slideshow presentation, like review of this movie, and so we're gonna talk about it because why not? Let's do it. Yeah. So I'm down here, chat. Hi, hello, it's me, and this is my presentation. This is a Minecraft movie reviewed by ZicronLive. Welcome to my movie review, chat. Hi gamers, it's me, Zicron. Today I will be reviewing a Minecraft movie 2025. I'm going to be going over the movie and giving my honest and educated opinion on the subject. Now, chat, you might be wondering, what do you mean educated? The answer to that, super simple answer. I got scammed. I spent 5 years working on a 4-year degree for film that I'm currently not using because I cannot find any employment for it whatsoever outside of my own stuff. I'm using my degree to review and analyze a children's movie today. This is my life. This is my life now. I get scammed out of $100,000. You get funny review out of it, I guess, is what it comes down to. But we'll see. I don't know. John Mulaney was right. How is this going to work, chat? Okay, we're gonna break it down into sections. Okay, very simple, very easily. We have general plot and overview of the film. We have the bad of the film. We have the good of the film, because there surprisingly was some good in there. And my final thoughts, and whether you should see it or not. So yeah, 4 easy sections. Just gonna go over everything, and let's get into it. Why not, chat? Before we begin though, spoiler warning, I will be talking about the movie. So spoiler alert, do the flashes, whatever you gotta do. Spoiler alert, big letters, spoil alert. Why am I doing this? You might be wondering. Honestly, there could be a whole list of reasons, such as content. I could be doing this for content. Let's be completely real. I'm gonna be making this into a YouTube video. Boredom. I might have too much free time on my hands. That's also another thing, but give or take. Tax write-off for the price of the admission ticket, which is very true because, yeah, this is a business expense. Or justifying spending over $100,000 on an education that I currently do not have any other uses for. Again, but who's to tell what I'm actually going to be using this review for? We'll find out. It's up to you guys to decide why I'm doing this review, but I mean, there's some choices. So, overview. How was the movie, Zicron? That's what everyone wants to know. How was it? Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy the movie? No, it was fucking awful. We have 5 main characters in this movie. We have Steve, who is just Jack Black being Jack Black. Let's be completely honest. He's gone full Ryan Reynolds to Deadpool. He's transported into a world, a magical realm, or whatever, through a portal, through mysterious means or whatever, because he hates his normal life and shit and wants to get away from it. We have Henry and Natalie, the 2 young protagonists or whatever, who are recently orphaned kids who are trying to make it, and one of them happens to be like a very creative inventor type or whatever. We have Dawn, who is basically this girl from Austin and Ally. She just has a bunch of jobs because she can't make it in this market, which is like fair, relatable. And then we have Garrett, who honestly, it's 6 to 1 and a half dozen the other which movies they're trying to copy. We're hitting every trope with this movie, okay? We're getting isekai. We have recently orphaned children who are fighting, but in the end come together and realize that they care for each other. We have a dude who was once at the top but is now drowning in bills, so he has to figure out a way out to raise money. You have too much creativity as a kid, and we have, oh, we're gonna kill a character, but Psyche's back 2 minutes later, etc. This movie is so fucking predictable in the worst way possible. And I know what you're thinking, Zicron, it is a children's movie. You paid $15 to go see a children's movie. This isn't even covering like half of it. There's so much more I could have put on this list of tropes. In short, if you've seen a movie, like ever, you've seen this movie. Yeah, There's no originality to this plot. Let's talk about the bad, chat. That's right. That wasn't even the bad of it. That was just the general overview of my thoughts of this movie. You might be wondering, Zicron, what went wrong? What went wrong? What didn't? The intro to this movie is a half an hour long for some reason, just to set up the world and stuff, okay? It tells you, instead of showing you any of the story or whatever, which, like, filmmaking rule number 1 or whatever, because I have to incorporate some of what I've learned in film school, is not a good thing, chat. It spends way too much story time on, like, the backstory of Steve, and then spends more time setting up all the other characters before you finally get to Minecraft. It's like a half an hour to 40 minutes in before you finally get to Minecraft in this film. It takes fucking forever to get into it. You could have seriously have cut 20 minutes off of the introduction to this film and would have gotten the same effect. We spend time watching Jason Momoa get ready for his day or whatever and be like, oh, he's this world champion, to getting to his store or whatever, and it's an eviction notice, and then he goes to not a garage sale, what is it, a storage unit auction or whatever, and then his car breaks down, and then, like, we cut to the 2 main characters and they're like, oh, our mom just died or whatever, we just want to live a normal life because this was her final wish or whatever. And then, like, they have, like, a unpacking montage, and then it's like the one kid goes to school and meets Jason Momoa and then goes to school and then builds a jetpack for whatever reason, because apparently drawing a jetpack on a banana is again, the whole too creative thing, which, and his art teacher calls him out for it, which honestly one of the more realistic moments of this movie. And this isn't even touching on the character of Dawn. 20 minutes of this could have been cut down and we would have gotten the same exact story. You know when people complain about, like, hand holding in a video game, the introduction to this movie was pretty much that. The story in general, see any of the previous slides or whatever, you probably already know it by now. Another thing I want to talk about, this plot line. So Jennifer Coolidge in this film is, like, the principal, and she shows up for, like, 2 scenes in the introduction, and then, like, that's pretty much it for her involvement in the main story. But for whatever reason, they decided to have a subplot in the film that, like, randomly shows up between her and one of the villager nitwits, and it's a love story. This is something that didn't need to be in the film, personally. I get it was for comedic effect, and I'm sure some people found it funny, but I felt like it kind of just slowed things down a little bit. It was yeah, we could have seen a little more character development from the characters, which we're gonna get to, by the way. We're gonna get to. Another thing, this guy, just this guy. I hate this. I hate this so much. I really don't like the CGI piglins. Like, I just. Speaking of CGI, the CGI for this movie, for some of the things, are it's rough. The villagers look rough. The piglins look rough. The sheep looks rough. They did the bee so dirty. He doesn't even have, like, the funny blue speck in his eye. It's so sad. Could have been so good, chat. Oh yeah. So yeah. Speaking of that character development, there's not really character development in this film. The main character, Henry or whatever, who isn't really the main character because he just gets overshadowed by Jack Black and Jason Momoa throughout most of it or whatever, he just becomes slightly more confident. Dawn doesn't change at all, really, and neither does Natalie. They just go back to their jobs with very minimal consequences from what happened in the beginning of the film. Jack Black is still just Jack Black. He doesn't really change much. Jason Momoa, though, he becomes less of an asshole, I suppose, is really it, but he's not even that bad of a, like, he's not, there's not a thing that really changes for him. Yeah, it's not a great movie. It's really not a great movie, guys. I don't know what else to tell you, except it's not a great movie. Please look at these words and understand that it's not a great movie. Not to mention, we lost this fucking Rob McElhenney, I think I'm saying his name right. If I apologize if I'm not. The guy who made Always Sunny was working on this movie for fucking 2 years. The leaks for it were really great. I fucking love Rob. He does amazing stuff. I love his work. Unfortunately in life, we have the fuck you guy. Who's the fuck you guys, Zicron, you might ask? Warner Brothers Discovery. We can't be surprised, though, because they made this movie. These guys are bad. But you know who's the worst of it, chat? Fucking David Zasloff. You ruined the Minecraft movie, and what's worse, you killed Rooster Teeth. I'm still very upset about this. Anyway, let's talk about the good. Let's just talk about it real quick. What went right with this movie? Surprisingly, a lot. As bad as it was, surprisingly, there were some great moments, actually. The main cast, these 5 were pretty good. They weren't like amazing, but they were pretty good. Except these 2. These 2 were fantastic in the role. All the sets and props and stuff that they built that weren't like creatures or monsters or anything like that, fantastic. The sequence when they're gearing up in the end of the movie with the diamond sword that's depicted here, the props were phenomenal, and like getting that whole like Minecrafty vibe but still being pixelated, but like also being like a real life sword, fantastic. I wish they did more pixelation with the mobs. I seriously think that would have made him look a lot better. Jared Hess, very cool, by the way, who directed Napoleon Dynamite, made this movie as well. So there's a bunch of tater tot references, including the Napoleon give me some tots or whatever between Henry and Garrett, which is a very funny like slight reference that was very under the cuff. Also another Jared Hess film, Nacho Libre, with just throwing Jack Black on like one of those, I don't know what they are, the stunt ropes or whatever, and just flinging him just across a set. It happens multiple times. It's fantastic. Great work, Jared. You love to see it. This movie is pure Gen Z humor. It's just an hour and 41 minutes of Gen Z humor and general brain rot. If you turn off your brain and watch it, it's a good time. Speaking of the movie goers were also an amazing part of this film. I have not had a good movie experience, like an in-theater experience, since Avengers Endgame, or technically No Way Home as well, but like that was mostly towards the end of the film, like I did though with Minecraft. The way that everyone clapped anytime Jack Black said like flint and steel or chicken jockey or any of those moments was just thunderous applause. I'm assuming that this film is going to go down as a so bad it's good, but in the way that The Room with Tommy Wiseau is where like you have to watch it with a group of people to get the full experience of it. I really genuinely think that. But chat, you might be wondering, what's the best part of this film? Because there's a lot of good stuff. I didn't even talk about the cameos from Aphmau and LD Shadow Lady and Dan TDM and Mumbo. I think it was Mumbo. I can't remember. Or even the Technoblade reference that the main actor was able to get into the film. Or any of the times that Jack Black sung, because he sung like 5 times throughout the film for some reason. There's so many things that make this movie great, but what was the best part of this film, chat? The movie is gay. This movie is gay, chat. Why? You might be wondering. You might be asking me, Zicron, why is the Minecraft movie gay? Isn't this about like getting lost in Minecraft and stuff like that? No, my friends. No. These 2. The entire film have this ongoing romance, and I am not even making this up. Jason Momoa in the beginning of this film is a bisexual menace, okay? He's flirting with Jennifer Coolidge, he's flirting with the auctioneer dude, but when Jack Black and Jason Momoa are on screen, consistently there are moments of like intense passion between them for whatever fucking reason or whatever. Also, Jack Black just begins calling Jason Momoa's character Garrett Gar. Like in the middle point of the movie, he just starts calling him Gar. And it continues throughout the film. It's not like a one-time thing or whatever. Not only are they hitting on each other, not only are their pet names, chat, it gets so much worse than that. Because if this was not convincing enough to you that this is a gay film, if this is not convincing to you, if you need more proof, you're reading this correctly. And here's proof. The man sandwich itself, chat. I have to explain this because I can't just say this and not. Anyway, during the film, there's a sequence when they need to get away from the piglins, and so Jack Black goes, Elytra slams one on Henry, slams one on Garrett or whatever, and they go off or whatever, but Jack Black forgets his, so he literally is riding on Jason Momoa for a good portion of it while they're trying to escape these piglins. And I wish I was joking when I said this, but this is a real thing. It was Jack Black on top of Jason Momoa, and it gets to the point, and I'm not making this up, this is a real scene that happens with real dialogue, where the piglins have set up a net essentially to catch them, and instead of flying like over the net, Jason Momoa's brilliant idea is that there's a hole in the wall that they're gonna squeeze through, but they're too big unless they make, and I'm not even kidding with you, a man sandwich. It's the funny number. They go full funny number. There's a full sequence in the movie where it's the funny number, and there's even a part where Jason Momoa goes, I need to get in closer. It was an interesting scene to see opening night, but I saw it. I would like to specify, I'm not like shitting on the fact that this happens or whatever, but this film is very gay. This is for the LGBTQIA plus homies. My final thoughts for the film. It was a terrible movie. It was very unoriginal. It was very much so a cash grab at some points. However, if you're looking for a film to turn your brain off, if you're looking for Jack Black saying flint and steel and a bunch of other things for almost 2 hours, if you're looking for something to just go and do with the homies, this is a good film to watch. This is an amazing movie. I don't think I'll ever buy another ticket and go see it again. I'll probably just wait till it comes out on streaming or something. But this movie was an experience, and honestly, chat, kind of worth it. Kind of worth it to go see.